Hi. I was remembering today of my early years when I moved from the civil service to the corporate. And I was very happy to remember an experience which unfortunately I have neither had nor have I heard about this practice in too many places. I had left Thermax mid-year and I was very happily surprised when at the end of the financial year, I got a check saying that this is your bonus for the year or part of the year that you were in. Now it's important because as per policy, you did not need to be considered eligible. But the fact that they remembered to thank and recognize and appreciate your contribution for this period, whatever the amount was, and remember to send it at the end of the year, was a great employee experience. It was about fairness, and it must necessarily be about fairness. Fair for the company, fair for the employee. But unfortunately, this has been one practice I've needed to change and challenge in almost every CXO experience I underwent. Prevalent practices have been, we do not disperse the bonus if the guy has not completed a year. Or has been in the service of the company for the full year. What if we left on 28th of March? No, we don't pay. Or he was not on the rolls of the company when the bonus was calculated and disbursed, and sometimes it was in October, in September, in June. And for me, it was fundamentally flawed. It was flawed in principle. It doesn't matter how long the guy was in, but it is always fair to at least prorate and make a variable payout. Now, I'm not saying do it if the guy has spent 2 months, but there must be a certain threshold, and it can't be, 11 months and 29 days. So the point I'm making is, why is it that some organizations have a more progressive outlook, a pay philosophy which is far more pro-employee than others? And does it really make such a huge difference? Is the trade-off sensible and strategic really? Are you pinching pennies, but are you somewhere losing on your employer brand? And I think if we start thinking about pay for performance philosophy, what really is a more composite way of looking at compensation, just beyond the Excel sheet and the numbers that add up to it, I think we'll be in a more sensible and sane place, because we would look at culture, we would look at talent, we would look at reputation, we would look at brands far more comprehensively than we typically do. And I, for one, would stick my neck out and plead guilty that most of us in most of the companies are missing the wood for the trees. The process has become mechanistic, outdated, and you can skin the cat in whichever way. It's finally about that little row and column and whatever it comes to. But I think if we just elevate our thinking, I think what we save is actually peanuts to the possibility of the value that you would create, the intangible value that somewhere in the process we are forfeiting. Think about it. As always, it's a point of view. Always happy to hear how you think about it. Take care. Have a good week ahead.